7, 8, and 9 says compute the value of the discriminant and give the number of real solutions to the quadratic equation. So again, my quadratic equation was this thing here. The part of that quadratic formula that is the discriminant is the part that's underneath the square root, because it determines what kind of answers you have. If you have a positive number under there, you get two answers, plus or minus the square root of something, right? So if it's positive, you're going to get two solutions. If that value underneath the square root is exactly 0, I'm going to get something plus or minus 0. Well, plus 0 and minus 0 is the same answer, right? If I take 3 plus 0, I get 3, and if I take 3 minus 0, I still get 3. So then you only get one solution, because plus or minus 0 gives you the same number twice. And if it's negative, they're going to say you get no solutions. In other words, 0, because I'm going to write the number down. Right? We really can't do the square root of a negative number, so we don't get a real number answer. We get an imaginary number answer. So instead of just doing the whole entire quadratic formula, we're just going to do the part under the square root. So I still have to pick out my A, B, and C. A is negative 5, B is negative 1, C is negative 4, just like we had before. But now I'm just going to do the b squared minus 4ac part of that formula. So I'm going to take b, which is negative 1 squared, minus 4 times the a value, which is negative 5, times the c value, which is negative 4. Negative 1 squared is a positive 1. Negative 4 times negative 5 times negative 4. Well, I've got 3 negatives, so I know it's negative. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 4 is 80. Or use your calculator. 1 minus 80 is negative 79. So the value of my discriminant, I'm going to type in negative 79. How many real number solutions do I get? I don't get any, because I can't do the square root of a negative number. I get an imaginary answer, not a real number answer. So number 8 wants us to compute the value of our discriminant. We now know that it's the b squared minus 4ac. And so my b value would, or my b value, how about my a value first? My a value would be 2. My b value is negative 6. And something didn't get typed in there. Gosh darn it, we'll make up a number. What number sounds good, Charlene?
0.
Now it's going to erase my stuff. Well, how about if we have that? We'll do that. There, we'll just get rid of the plus sign.
Oh,
You might see something like that. All right, so the A is going to be 2, the B is going to be negative 6, and the C, there isn't one. There's a 0. Sounds like a good plan. So putting that into my formula, what should I have?
negative 6 squared.
Negative 6 squared minus, yep, because we have minus 4 times A times C. So minus 4 times 2 times 0. I better put my squared under negative 6. Negative 6 squared is 36. Negative 4 times 2 times 0 is 0. 36 minus 0. So the value of my discriminant is 36. How many real solutions am I going to have? I erased the board up there, but maybe you wrote that down.
So you can have Positive, negative, no solution. Oh, positive, you can have two solutions.
You're going to have two because you're going to have plus or minus the square root of 36. So I'm going to have a plus 6 and a minus 6 because the square root of 36 is 6. So I'm going to have two separate answers, two real solutions. There, the next one has 3 numbers in it. Not that it makes any difference. We might have some that's missing a number in there, so it's probably a good example. On the next one, A is going to be what number?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. B is going to be
Negative 6.
negative 6, and C is going to be
Negative 3.
negative 3. So doing my discriminant, what am I going to write down?
Are you going to have a minus and the parentheses negative 3? No, just the, or just
I'm
the
just
negative?
doing this part of it. Right? I'm just doing the discriminant, not the whole quadratic formula.
Okay, so negative parentheses negative 6.
Negative 6 squared
6 squared minus 4 times negative 3 times negative 3.
$36 minus 36 gives me 0. If my discriminant is 0, how many real solutions do I have?
No solution.
What was that?
No solution.
No,
You're going to have 2.
no,
No?
because what I'm going to have is I'm going to have minus b plus or minus the square root of 0 over 2a, right? And if this is 0, I'm just going to get this one solution. So if this is a positive number, we get 2 answers because we have plus or minus some number here. If it's exactly 0, we get 1 solution. And if it's negative, that's when we get no solutions. Because I can't do the square root of a negative unless I make it imaginary.